Have you ever heard somebody tell you about their bad situation? You want to say to yourself, I'm not carrying your luggage for you. Have you ever thought about, I'm not carrying your luggage? It is heavy for you. It's heavy for me.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Black Excellence Daily. I'm your host, Sean Croxton. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've got Dr. Gloria Mayfield Banks on the show today. She's going to share a success equation that works 100% of the time. Let's go back real quick to Monday's episode with Lisa Nichols. And in the intro of that episode, I talked about how you are the author of your life. How you get to write the story. It is your story to tell, right? It's your story to write. And too many people, not just Black people, but too many people in general allow the antagonist. They allow the villain to win in the opening chapters of the story. And then the story's over. But when you listen to Dr. Mayfield Banks' story, you hear there's an antagonist. There are actually quite a few antagonists. And one of those antagonists is dyslexia. Dyslexia makes it more difficult to learn. Most people will be diagnosed with dyslexia and be like, oh, it's over. I'm not going to be able to learn this or that. I'm incapable of this or that. Dr. Mayfield Banks, despite the antagonist, despite the villain, got into Harvard University because she kept on writing the story. She didn't allow her story to stop because the villain showed up. And what this is really about is character. You need to have high character. It's something we don't talk enough about because, success it's an inside out job. And if success gets too big on the outside, somehow, some way, and it's too big for the character on the inside, you will find a way to sabotage it. It will all come crumbling down. We've seen it over and over and over again. People become successful. They are low character individuals and they get big heads. They think they're bulletproof. They make poor decisions. They don't have any integrity. They get cocky. They start to use people instead of loving people. The head gets too big, and at some point, the success disappears. That's what happens when your success is built on a foundation of poor character. Character means you have courage. Character means that you treat people well. Courage means that you treat people the way that you want them to treat you. Character means that you have integrity, that you do what you say you're going to do and you show up when you say you're going to show up, which is something that a lot of us need to work on. And so write your story, overcome the obstacles, keep on writing, be courageous, build your confidence, make the right choices, and you'll have all the success that you want. Dr. Mayfield Banks is coming up.
Okay, three things. Courage, confidence, choices. Three things. Courage, confidence, choices. The 3 C's. Write them down. Because it's the equation I want to talk to you about today. Now, here's what I know. Today has been an amazing day. Success Live has been amazing. How many of you already feel more successful? I am afraid for the airports where you're going to go home tonight. We are going to rip it up for sure. That's what happens when you're in this type of environment, an environment that delivers to you what you deserve, what you came to get. That's what happens. But this equation of courage, confidence, and choices is what I'm going to talk to you about today. Why? Because I don't know about you, but an equation is something that works 100% of the time. 100% of the time. If you follow that equation, it works 100% of the time. And I don't know if you were like me, but I know when I started out trying to build my success, I used to wonder, what's the it factor? You might ask yourself that. What's the it factor? And do I have the it factor? Do I have the it factor? And how do I find more people that have the it factor? When you're building a team, you're looking for people who have more of the it factor. Well, we do know that part of that it factor, you've heard it so many times today. How many times have we heard the word confidence, 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 confidence? And I want you guys to know there's a lot of pieces to it, but you don't get to the confidence until you push through the courage. So the courage is going to be required. Courage is, write down, courage is required. You can't do any of it without that piece of it. And then we're going to build the confidence that comes from that. Because one of the things I know is that I'm dealing with my best self in order to improve myself. And here's the deal. Success is hidden in personal growth. And so first, you got to get your best self. Then what happens when you're working with the people that you're leading? And then you become one who works with the leaders of other people. So you have to know how to do it for yourself. You have to learn how to do it for others. You have to have courage, confidence, and therefore you're going to have choices. So many stories we've heard on the stage. The reason the stories are important is because every single story talks about somebody's path to getting through their courage. And don't we need to hear it over and over and over and over and over again? Why? Write this down, because you have to work on your courage over and over and over and over again. Courage is the beginning, where it starts. And I want you to know this is how you get through courage. This is what I want to tell you, because I have studied this over and over again. You know, sometimes we go through a lot of studies, we get a lot of reports, we do a lot of investigation. I'm just going to tell you, I've lived this for years in helping other people become successful. I will tell you, we spend a lot of time talking about fear. So in order to become courageous, you have to change the conversation. So do this. Go ahead, put your arms up. Every time you hear somebody talking about, I'm scared of something, I'm scared of this, I'm scared. Why? Because they're feeding it to you and they're feeding it to them. Have you ever heard somebody tell you about their bad situation? You want to say to yourself, I'm not carrying your luggage for you. Have you ever thought about, I'm not carrying your luggage? It is heavy for you. It's heavy for me. And it's usually a conversation all about the fear. So I just want to tell you, this to me stops the conversation, because I can change the conversation. And how you change the conversation will guide your focus away from what you're afraid of to where you have to go, the courage you need to find. The next thing I want you to know is, what do you value? And I'm going to walk you through these things, but what do you value is what is going to take you from afraid to courage. And when you have the courage, the confidence will show up. I'm going to tell you this. This is a big one. Courage is made through decision, and it's a decision that you make alone. This is not a kumbaya moment. This is not when you're holding hands with people like, hi, what do you think we should do? It never happens that way. It only happens when you make a decision by yourself. And the last one is, it's made in seconds. A courageous decision is made in seconds. You think about it forever, but the decision is made in seconds. It's a hard decision. And after you make the hard decision, it all becomes easy. And that's the most important thing you need to tell yourself and those people that you lead. Because people will stay stuck in the hard part. But when you know it's going to come through, it becomes easier. Let me just tell you this. I'm a person who grew up, and I'm still dyslexic. I grew up in a fabulous house. My parents were 62 years married. I'm the third of 4 girls. All of my sisters are fabulous. Look at your girlfriend, say fabulous. Just fabulous. Just fabulous. No, with the neck action, fabulous. They're fabulous. Pam is an award-winning teacher, and she was a reader. She's a reader, a teacher, and now she's a writer. She has a fabulous business. Amy's in Chicago, owns a cake company, major writer. She and I went to Harvard Business School together. We're the only 2 African-American sisters who graduated from Harvard Business School. She's got I know, it's amazing. And then my younger sister, she's in the United States Hall of Fame for gymnastics. I know. She owns a foundation for girls. Amazing readers. I mean, they can read like this. I mean, they can read. And then there's me. There are 3 pigs child, that's enough for night. Oh my God. It was so hard to read, so hard to read, so hard to read. And my mother and my father were educators, and they never had me tested because back then they didn't do a lot of testing. And so I worked really hard. My mother was one of those mothers that stayed up night after night after night after me. She believed in me. She believed in me. Every night she would be like this. Come on, Gloria, you can get this. Come on, read. Oh my God, it didn't happen like that. So here's what I want to tell you. I truly had to do the extra. In the 7th grade, they found out it was dyslexic. But what I tell you, I became a master at missing all the tests because I knew I couldn't read it in the middle of the test. I couldn't make it. I couldn't read that fast. I couldn't do it. Courage, you guys, courage. I had to go out and get the tutoring, and everybody was teasing me. I'm just telling you, I had to push through. Why? Because I valued education. And my parents were like, you got to go to college. You got to go to college. And I couldn't read. It was very, very hard, super hard. So I had to do the extra. What happened because of that courage came the confidence. And I wanted to do all the extracurricular activities. Who doesn't want to do all the extra activities when you're in high school? You know I wanted to do them. You know I was a cheerleader, don't you? You know I was the captain, don't you? And you know we won the championships, don't you? Because that's who we are. Isn't that who we have in this room? That's who we have in this room because of the confidence that came. And because of the confidence that came the choices of the education. And because of choices of the education, when I called my mom and I said, Mom, I got into Harvard. Harvard. She said, you did? She was so shocked because of it. Here's what I want to tell you, though. It happens over and over and over in our life.
That was Dr. Gloria Mayfield Banks. Her website is gloriamayfieldbanks.com. You can watch today's talk on the YouTube. It's called How to Change Your Life, Dr. Gloria Mayfield Banks. Hey, please leave a 5-star review for the show on Apple Podcasts. Also, take 15 seconds to write 1 or 2 sentences in your review. Really appreciate it. It helps to grow the show. Also, don't forget, we're going to be reading The Confident Mind by Dr. Nate Zinzer in book club in a few weeks. And so grab that book right now. And enrollment is going to open up next week. And I really want you to be in book club. Like the community is great. You know, we talked earlier this week about, going at it alone. How sometimes you got to do that. You don't have to do that when you're in my book club community because we all do it together and we support you. So hopefully I will see you there. I'm out. Peace.